Hello and welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. We're checking out Games Workshop pre-orders. Warhammer, Necromunda, whole bunch of stuff. It's the 8th of May, 2021. We've got Necromunda, like I said, a new box game, bits for Escher and Goliath, other bits and pieces. We got Bloodball, we got new warband for Diechasm. So let's check it out straight away. So first up, we've got Necromunda Underhive War. Not Underhive War, that's the name of the video game. Necromunda Hive War. Gets very confusing, not gonna lie. This is sort of a terrain-wise, it's a cut-down version of the most recent one, Cult Uprising, I think it was. Whatever it was called, but in this one you get Escher Gang and Delak Gang. It's a funky little box for 250 Australian. I've already had the prices on the screen for other locations, just so you can check it out. But yeah, like, I think it's a really cool little box. Obviously, we've got the Eschers there. We won't go through all of them because these are models that have been out for a long time now. And the Delak, which, I wish there was a little bit more variation in their cloaks and things like that. I think possibly you could do some paint work on them, but yeah, I've always had issues with that. When you have the Escher, yes, they're very much the same, but they've got different tabards and different bits hanging off their belts and slightly different tops, but not quite. But, you know, they got all crazy hair and various better poses, I believe. Anyway, that's off topic. We also get some terrain here. So we got the Zone Mortalis walls. We got a whole bunch of crates. I love crates, so good. And some beat up barricades and some computer bits, which is always nice to have. So have a look here. Oops, let's go back to here. We'll go back to this one. So this is, we get a 360 of this. This is the train. Just one way you can set it up. It's a really cool terrain. I'm so glad that this is now in plastic and not in resin. Yeah, such cool terrain. So a few more closes up, a few more close-ups. We got House Escher there. We got House Delak. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. A weird tentacle coming out of a sewer pipe. Obviously, believe this is just the paper mat, which is fine. Hard copy rulebook. Tokens, you gotta have tokens. Various different cards. Then dice and templates, which is always nice. And we won't go into the sprues. We know all this stuff. This is all old stuff, repackaged, but it's time. And that's not a new edition, it's just a new version. There we go. So that's available now. But of course, if you've got Eschers, you want to have more stuff. It's Necromunda. Like, characters are going to get upgraded. You're going to have new characters coming in. So this is a kit, has tons of stuff. As you can see, we'll read out exactly what it has in a second when we go to the description, but you can see it's sort of very much duplicated. You got like 2 flamers, 2 multi-melters, 2 plasma guns, 2 heavy cannons, things like that. It's all replicated, but that's fine. You always got to have more stuff. And you can see in this image that it's being used there. So we've got one-handed flamer gun, head, different hair, and the other arm. Yeah, so lots of cool variations that you can take, which is what you need for Necromunda. So there's a sprue there. So it looks like you get 2 of these sprues. Possibly, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you do get 2. All right, so what do you actually get in that? So, 78 pieces. 2 flamers, 2 melter guns, 2 plasma guns, 2 shotguns, 2 needle pistols, 2 heavy stubbers, 2 needle rifles, 2 auto pistols, 2 hand flamers, 2 power swords, 2 chain swords, 2 stub guns, 10 alternative hair, 10 alternative heads, 4 grenade bandoliers, 2 hip knives, 2 pointing hand arm, and 2 punching fist arm. So it's compatible with the Escher Gang and the Escher Death Maidens and Wild Runners kit, which is very nice. I love the fact that you can mix and match between them. So there we go, 40 bucks Australian. I've already had the price on the screen for everything else. Keep on going. We have the Goliath weapons and upgrades, essentially the same thing. It's a duplicate sprue, and you can see what it looks like there. It looks like it has the top half of the bodies. That was a bit odd. I don't believe that's the case. Oh no, there it is there. It's like a little chest plate that you can put on. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then we have various different weapons there. Pretty stock standard. You know what you're going to get. But let's go down. I actually do like that multi-melter. Let's have a look at that again. Multi-melter is, that's right, slung under the arm because they're super hefty and can do that. I like that design choice. I think that's a cool little thing that the others don't get. So I'm not going to read through the whole things. You can pause it and see what you get. We get the 2 cigar hand. I'm going to go check that in a second. But 64 pieces, so a little bit less. And again, it works for the Goliath gang kit and the Goliath stimmers and Forgeborn kit, which is nice. So the hands, which have the cigar, there we go, that hand there. I think that's a really interesting touch. I like it. It's super dumb, but you know, added a bit of character. We also get the Necromunda Underhive propaganda transfer sheet. Super cool. This is already sold out in the Australian store. I don't know how much it is if it's sold out anywhere else, but you can see it's $55 Australian. They're not cheap, but you get a whole bunch of stuff on there, which is very cool. So a few close-ups, get a wanted poster or unsanctioned archaeology. I love it. A whole bunch of other posters of lice cream, which is kind of weird, but it's Necromunda. And then restricted area, no unprocessed remains beyond this point. Nice. So it doesn't say how big it is. It's an A4 size with 500 transfers. I think it's pretty cool. Like, you got so many chevrons and so many skull iconography markers, danger signs markers and things like that. I think it's super cool. I think you can have some real fun with it. So you can see tons and tons of info on there. Just tons of stuff. I wish that it was still in stock. Hopefully they bring it back. It feels like this is something that they should be able to produce pretty quickly and pretty easily. So if you get your hands on it, well done. All right, let's move on to Underworlds. We got Hedkrakka's Madmob. This is the second last one, I believe, in this season. The next one, the last warband is Ardeneth Deepkin, which just got shown in Warhammer Fest over the last week. But we've got 4 models in this. By now, we know the routine with Warhammer Underworlds releases. You get a sprue of models that are monopose, they fit into the bases, and a ton of cards. So let's check this out. Some cool stuff. Like, I love the little tiny attention to detail. You can't see his face, but he has the little straps around his head. Super dumb. Like, a really cool mask. I think there's some really cool bits in this, and he has the snake and all that stuff. We've got this other fella here. I don't know what their names are off the top of my head, but yeah, there's tons of detail in this kit. Whoops. Like, even this one is the least detailed one, but it still has a lot of character. Like, he's got bones stuck through his leg. He seems pretty savage. And that face, scarred up face. And then we have an archer with tons of feathers. Yeah, pretty cool. And there's some detail there. All right, we'll check out the sprues just so you know what the sprues look like. I love how that's separate. That is really cool. I really want to use that in some new beast snaggers. Do some weird cool stuff with that. And then there's the rest of the sprue. So even if you don't like this, there's tons of pieces on there. You maybe want to get them for different models for your Savage Orcs in I was going to say 40k. No, in Age of Sigmar. So there you go. $60 Australian. Price has been on screen, obviously. Let's keep on going. So we do have the Silent Menace Universal deck. Tons of different cards here. Actually, I think it's 30 cards, 32, something like that. Various different things. So my understanding is these are all new cards. They are not taken from older decks or older seasons, which I think is kind of cool. I think it's what they need, just to add some cards that you just have to buy for like a couple of bucks, or 30 bucks. And you get 32 cards, so 12 objectives, 10 gambits, and 10 upgrades. So with Warhammer Underworlds, it's all about building a deck correctly. So having all these universal cards is always a good thing. Never a bad thing. So you can make that up for 30 Australian. Now let's get on to some Blood Bowl. We've got some dice for Chaos Chosen. I mean, I love the design for these ones. It's really nice. They come in a nice little box, but you get all the dice that you need. That's it. $25 Australian, definitely cheaper overseas. So I like that you can get them for each of your teams. I was in Warhammer Sydney in the city the other day and checking out all the teams that have been painted up. And I was like, I want to get goblins. And my wife was like, I like the goblins. They're cool. Not goblins, snotlings. The snotlings. Yeah, the snotling team. Very nice, very cool. So then we get the double-sided pitch and dugout set. Which, I mean, you know, there's so many accessories that you can get for Blood Bowl. And I do like it. It means you can bring a board to the game and it seems to be your board. I think that's really cool. And then we got the dugouts there. The usual stuff, like it's Blood Bowl boards. It's the same layout, but has that different design. So 78 Australian for that. Now let's get into the books. First off, we have Marnius Calgar issue 4 with his face on there. Wonder if he's gonna go beat up some stuff. So yeah, there we go. He's passed his Ultramarines aspirant test, so it seems like it's going back in time, which is nice. So there you go. I haven't actually read any of this yet. Let me know if you recommend it, because you can pick them up in Warhammer stores. I just haven't read it, so let me know. We also have Sisters of Battle Collection Limited Edition, and this comes with 2 books, Faith and Fire, Hammer and Anvil. I believe this is already sold out everywhere. So I wish they did more limited edition of these, just a few more, like maybe like 1,000 more. I don't know how many, but I just like the design of it. And if you are the collector, you would be jumping on it. And of course has cool art on the inside. It's all not quite leather bound, but cloth bound, gold trim and all of that stuff. We got some more sister stuff. We got the Book of Martyrs hardback. So that has 3 authors there. Denny Ware, Alec Worley, and Phil Kelly for all you Sisters fans. Then we got Fire Made Flesh in paperback for all you fiery, weird, Cawdor redemptionist. Setting everything on fire. So that's $20. Then we got the Sons of Sanguinius in paperback. This is the Blood Angels Omnibus. Got all the big names there. We've got Guy Haley, David Annandale, Gav Thorpe, Andy Smiley, and many, many more. And this is one of the best Blood Angels pieces of art that is out there, and I want to recreate that. So you can pick it up in paperback, which is good. And then finally we have Warriors and Warlords in paperback. Another sort of omnibus full of short stories for Guy Haley, Graham McNeil, Rachel Harrison, and many, many more. So there we go. Let's go back to the main page here. So that's it. Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Dichasm, and a whole bunch of books. Tell me what you're going to get. Let me know. And if you are interested in helping out the channel and are in the EU or UK, you can buy through the affiliate link to Element Games in the description below. In there, you can go to the store, get a discount, like 10 to 15, sometimes 20% off. So you get some pretty good discounts. And it also, because it's an affiliate link, we also get a little bit of money from that sale. So you get it cheaper, helping out a independent store and helping out this channel to keep us running, keeping the lights on in the office. So that's it. I'm out of here. I'm excited for Necromunda, so I might pick up this box at some stage. Not sure. We'll see. There's lots of exciting things coming out soon, as we've seen from the Warhammer Fest thing. And I will see you next time. See you later.